List more to make more. Have you heard this advice from the reseller community? It's definitely one of the prominent advices to make more money. The struggle and problem with this is to list more, you have to spend more, you have to have more time to source, you have to have more time to photograph, and you have to have more time to list these items. So I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways to be increasing your sales without spending more money and more time. These things are going to take you less than 5 minutes, many of them even less, and they're completely free. You do not have to buy any more items to add to your store. No more photographing, no more added time or money. So before we get into the 3 things, I want to share with you the reason that this works. And this is going to be the golden formula for resellers. If you're new to the channel, this is a Google Sheet that you can download on my website. It's linked down below. It's like a couple bucks. So you don't have to do the math, manually. It'll do all of this, populate this for you. It's also in the Sarah Style Sales and Trends dashboard. It does all of these numbers for you and tells you exactly like your simulation, or it will show you exactly what you need to do to make the money that you want to make. It is also for free if you are a YouTube member. So let's get into it. It's the golden formula for resellers. It's nothing fancy. It's just the math behind how much money that you want to make, right? So think about when we were in probably upper elementary school into middle school, you're learning about equations, what an equation means. An equal sign means this is the same as this. And when you put an equation on one side, it equals this. So in the golden formula for resellers, one side right here, you have your gross revenue. This is how much money you're making. And then if you go to the other side, you have your sell-through rate. So this is how many items you are selling out of how many you have for sale. If you have sold 100 items, or let's say you have sold 10 items and you have 90 for sale. Well, take a step back. Let's say you sold 10 items and you had 100 for sale in the month. That is a 10%. You sold 10% of the inventory that you had for sale. That's all sell-through rate means. You can look at a time period, you can look at a week, a month, just look at all of these numbers for the same. Your active listings, this is how many items that you have for sale, how many you currently have listed, and then on average, how much are these items selling for? So one reason that people are saying, hey, increase your active listings is because this, right? If you have sell-through rate, you have average sale price, and you have your active listings. If you do in fact increase your active listings, you are going to make more money. That is absolutely one way. However, today's video, we don't want to spend more time and money. We want to do other things. So what you can do is, let's say you increase this. This is one way to do it for sure. I'm not saying it's not. You increase that by 1,000 active listings, you're now making more money. However, you also spent more money and you spent more time. So if we come over here and let's say our sell-through, how many items we're selling out of how many we have for sale. Let's say we have a 5% sell-through rate. If we can increase this to 10%, we're now doubling how much money we're making without buying anything else, without listing any more items, without taking more photos or storage space, right? Once you get to a certain point, you're spending more money on storage bins and on storage space. Maybe you're buying a shed for the backyard, whatever it is. So increasing your sell-through rate, right, based off of the golden formula, if you simply just increase your sell-through rate, you come down here and you look at this number, let's increase our sell-through rate, let's increase it to 20%. Now we're making significantly more money, increasing your sell-through rate. So now I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways that you can increase your sell-through rate that are fast and free, and 1/4 way that takes a little bit more time, but it will work. So the first way is going to be running a sale. You already have these items. You can run a sale. I will link a video up here. It's going to probably lower your average sale price a little bit, but it will increase your sell-through rate. The other thing it's going to do is if you're on eBay, it is going to now give you more exposure because there is a filter for items on sale. People will go in and search your item or search for an item and click that box of, is it for sale? It's going to give you more exposure and it's going to give you more sales. That's one way to increase your sell-through rate. Running a sale on eBay is super easy. You can definitely do it in under 5 minutes. You're not spending any money to do it. You're spending money in the sense of you maybe losing money, but if these items aren't selling already, are you really losing anything? Instead of 10% sale means you're actually making 90%, right? Where before it wasn't selling and you were losing 100%, right? The second thing that you can do to increase it is sending out newsletters and coupons. I will link a video up here of how to do it and how to tell if it's working for you. This is something that you're going to have to finagle and figure out how to make it work for you, work on increasing your followers. But these are things that you can do for free. You can send out newsletters to buyers that have already purchased from you. The data shows, there's statistics, there's research that is showing that if you can increase your return buyers by just 5%, you can increase your profit margins up to 75%. Sending out a newsletter on eBay is free. Sending out a newsletter on eBay takes you under 5 minutes. Ways to increase your sell-through rate without listing more items. And then the last way, and I'll share a bonus with you in just a second as well, the last one is promoted listings, right? So some of these, the sales and promoted listings is going to take out of your net a little bit. So you do need to be mindful in doing that, but you're also not spending money on more capital and you're not spending more time. So taking a little bit of money out of my pocket to get the item to sell without spending, right? Think about your hourly rate. This took you 5 minutes. If you buy new items, you're now spending hours and hours and hours to make more money, and you've also invested all that capital, right? So promoted listings, you can promote items and eBay will put it in up to 30 places on their platform in addition to their regular places. This is going to get you more exposure. I've done a video, I will link it up here. It worked for me. It definitely worked for me. It significantly increased my sales because there was more items, there was more eyes, more potential buyers on my items. All free and fast ways to increase your sales without buying and listing more items. And then the bonus one, the fourth one, is going to be to cross list. This is going to take you a little bit more time, and I want you to be mindful of that time. Cross listing to 15 gazillion platforms. If it is not selling on a platform, it's not worth the time. I'll link a video up here on how to figure out if cross listing is right for you and to do the analysis on all the different platforms. But items that you already have, if you can get them to sell on another platform, you're not having to do any more work. And most cross listing can take you, especially if you use a software. I use List Perfectly. It's linked down below with the 30% off coupon if you want to try it out. But it'll take you 30 seconds, right? So it is a little bit more time consuming because you have to cross list it and then you have to take it off, but it is increasing your sell-through rate without buying more items, listing more items, photographing more items, all of that. If you liked this video, YouTube thinks you would also like this video. I will link a playlist down here of how to make money reselling on Poshmark and eBay. And then do make sure to hit that subscribe button. You can join my channel for more tips and support down below.